Hi there. I think I'm live. I see the chat and I'm hoping that I'm live. So I'm going to give it a few minutes until you guys find me and until we find each other before we get started. So a little bit, hi, my name is Nathalie D'Souza. I'm part of the design team and for the next little bit, I'm going to show you a little bit about magical memory keeping. So using some products, and today we're going to take a closer look at the um, Amy Tangerine's collaboration with Altenew and how you can use it for a memory keeping layout. And I've had this idea in my mind for a while, thanks to my friend Michelle Short, who does a lot of tags. And I want to use some of her ideas to create a layout. So I see you guys are finding us. Good evening in Sweden. I know it's late. I'm here in Toronto, Canada. It's actually 3:30 in the afternoon, but because of the heavy smokes that from the forest fire, like around the area, Quebec, and that we are under like an air quality what would you call it, like an alert. So I have all the windows closed. We have the air conditioning going because it's really heavy and it's a little bit on the hazy side. So you're gonna see that I've killed the air conditioning so there's no noise, and it's still hot on top of that. So there's like it's this weird feeling in the air right now here. But I hope you guys are doing okay. Like I said, Altenew's here. I'm not so sure who's here from Altenew, but they're gonna help us through. And it just dawned on me as I was typing the the intro that I forgot to email the product list. I'm so sorry. June is have been a blur. Like literally, I blinked and like we're at the end of June. So eerie. So I see a lot of you remember that you share the video, share the feed with anybody. We're going live in YouTube and also on Facebook. Somebody will win a gift certificate to the shop, a $15 certificate to the store, and there's a lot of new stuff coming up. So make sure you check it out. So I'm gonna flip the camera and I'll tell you about like all about the cameras too. Just keep in mind, like last time I was live, there was an issue with the camera being mirror image, and I'm hoping that it does, like it doesn't happen this time. We're gonna pray to the gods because technology and I are not the best of friends. But we are friends. We just like sometimes get into fights, and I think that's today. So here we go. I have the entire set here. You're gonna see I have the stamp, the Through the Rainbow, Fresh Start, Hug Life. They have them here. I have all the colors of inks here too. I also have my stencil, which is over here, and my stamp wheel and my brushes, everything set up here. So I'm gonna take this away from the camera and we're gonna make sure I put it really close. Usually when I do my live sessions, it's a little bit higher because I do 12 by 12s. So this time I have it a little bit like, closer so you can see what I'm going to do. And I hope it's, okay. So it looks okay. So my idea, first of all, let me show you. I have my bases already here, ready for, this. And I'm actually using, is the light okay? Let me just fix it so you guys get a better look. So you see there's a little piece of paper. This is a 6x8. So I have a 6x8. The size of my album is 7 inches in height by 8.5. And I've done a little one, like I want to have a side. I don't want 2 full pages. Now, my idea, like I said, today we're going to be a little bit inspired by my friend Michelle Short. And her YouTube channel is all about, no, YouTube channel, YouTube program on Altenew is all about using tags for her cards. And I was like, maybe I can use, well, I can use anything in memory keeping. That's the beauty of it. So I'm actually going to bring some of those ideas to create this later. I hope the light is doing okay. It seems really dark here, but it's not dark at all. Trust me. I, have, let me kill the volume before we go any further. I'm just pumping in the lights and I think we're fine. So let me give it you more lights. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna flip this here. Maybe this. I have like 4 lights going right now. Like I said, it's like super hazy here in Toronto, and it smells like yesterday. It smelled like campfire. You know when you're gonna roast the marshmallows and it's that nice waft of smoke in the air. Today it just smells like burnt wood. So it's like it's really weird, and it's like it tickles your throat at times. It depends on how heavy it's coming. So it's not fun to be outside. And today is the last day of school for most of kids here in Canada too. So it's not fun. Usually kids are spend the whole day outside. It hasn't been a great, like the past few days. So I have my bases. I already, because I have a long, like, a bigger space here, I know this is where my pictures are going to go. And here pretty much is going to be my title, kind of my lines of journal. So let's get started on what I did for the pictures. I'm going to work along, like, I did one ahead of time, but I'm going to show you what, I have done. So let me just, I was going to say, let me find what I use, but everything is here on the table. So to create, like I said, the inspiration is all about tags, yeah? So I have two tags with me. They're not really tags, but we're gonna issue today, okay? I have the ornate nesting die set, and this is one of the new sets from Altenew. And I also have the labels and tags 2 die set. Again, I have a card that has full of like all the Altenew releases, and I have like, separated, the subscriptions and stuff like that, because that's what I use on a regular basis. But then there's a special shelf in my cart where I keep the stuff that I can use on anything and everything. And these are always there because they're easy for memory keeping, for cards and for everything. So what I have done is I've gone ahead, let me show you. And I'm using, let me move this out of the way so we don't get it like, dirty, because if you guys have been to my shows, then you guys know that magical things happen on my table and not good all the time. Yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad that it's not mirror. I play with the camera. I think I know what it is, but I play with the camera. Let's just say that. So today, like I said, this is the ornate nesting die set. Okay, I have gone ahead and cut. I used, this is number 2, if I'm not mistaken. Well, not number 2, but the second one, starting from the edge. So the second one, and then I used the third one to cut my little that and become tags. And then I use the fourth one, yeah, I'm looking at it, to cut my picture. Okay, and I have 2 pictures. This is one of my little cousins. So like I said, usually I don't like to die cut in public because, but we're gonna do it today. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my, and you're gonna see that I'm gonna play with this too. And I am gonna place it, just gonna make sure that it's centered. Okay. Put it there. I'm using a brand, well, not brand new because I've been using it today. Cover, so like nothing's gonna destroy my picture. Otherwise, I use an old one that has scratches. So you gotta be careful when you die cutting pictures, because then you can, like, damage your photo. So I'm using, like I said, a newer one. Well, it was new when I cut the first picture after cutting a few things. It's not new anymore. So here we go. Like I said, I usually don't like die cutting in public, but we're gonna do it today. So here we go. I have my 2 pictures, and I'm okay if there's white on the edges. I'm fine with that. Like, it doesn't bother me, and especially on this. I'm gonna put this away. Remember this one here? Move it to the side. I'm gonna move this to the side for a little bit. This is I'm gonna put this back. The large tag is on the second one, starting from the edge, going in. Then the pictures are the 4th, and then the tag is the 3rd. Or the base of the tag, whichever way you want to call it. So I'm gonna put this away so I don't lose them, because again, my table has magical powers to swallow things, and then I find them when I'm cleaning up after. So I hope you guys are doing okay, and I'm really happy. Thank you for joining me today. I know it's summertime. I know you guys want to be outside, but you know what? Like I said, today, because we can be outside, is a good day for crafting. So to create the perforation, because the tag needs a perforation, to create a perforation that I was, thinking about. I used my hole puncher, but then I was like, no, I'm going to use this one here is labeled and tagged 2 die set, because I love this little kind of gear flowery detail. So I'm gonna first of all cut the holes. Like I said, you see, I'm actually doing work live. So again, go ahead, put it on my little my blooming die cut here, my mini blooming die cut machine. And I love this little machine. I wish it was a little bit bigger so that I don't have to bring my big die cutting machine. But then I have like 4 different sizes. I have killed one of them already. So like I said, technology sometimes and I don't get along. Give me all the stuff that I have to, decorate. Don't give me stuff that I have to baby. Okay, this one here, it's not gonna fit through my machine, so I'm gonna have to hole punch it. Okay, so here, and we're gonna need that one there too. So we're gonna set that aside for now. I'm just gonna use my hole puncher for this one. And I have my, I don't think we're gonna need this, but I'm gonna set it to the side just in case. Actually, we are gonna need it. So I'm just going to use one of my hole punchers, a 1/4 of an inch. Yeah, probably. I'm gonna put a little bit in there. And there we go. Here. So I have my 3 tags. 1, 2, and 3. So these 2 are gonna get a picture. Now you're gonna see that I'm gonna put them in the opposite way. So literally it should be like that to follow the shape of that, but I am actually gonna flip the design to go here. And I just love the fact that it creates a different design at the bottom. If I were to have cut the picture like this, just kind of gets lost in the tag. So I played a few, like, a few colors of tags before that. And I was like, I like the fact that by flipping the design, or not the design, the orientation of the picture when I cut it, when I paste it, like, onto the tag, it just creates a different design. It actually makes the picture pop a little bit more. So that's my reasoning why I actually flip the design or the orientation when I cut the picture. So my picture is gonna sit there. You're gonna see that I am not gonna glue them yet. Instead, I'm gonna cut. Remember, like I said, when you look at the tags, at the label, sorry, there's this little kind of flower. I would say like the eye hole. I don't know what you call it. Help me here. Remember, English is my second language. So, hole punch, reinforcer. I don't know exactly what the exact name it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. The color of my little cousin's dress is like a dusty pink, kind of like a violet. And the worst thing is that I bought it myself for her and sent it to, down to Ecuador, with she's at. So the closest that we have in metallic paper, without going into the purples or the pinks, is this is brush rose gold metallic paper. So I'm gonna cut 3 of them. Like I said, remember, I don't like to do die cutting on television, but I'm actually gonna do quite a bit of it today. So I'm gonna cut all 3 of them. You're gonna see that I haven't glued my, my pictures yet. And when I was creating this, I was like, you know what, this is a good idea for Christmas, because when my kids were little, my kids are adults now, so it's a little bit different nowadays. I'm just gonna set it aside while we talk. We used to have, like, they had a lot of presents. Like, I mean, a lot. My kids are born, they're Christmas babies too. One is December 23rd, the other one is December 27th. So Christmas is a very expensive time of the year for us, and it's really busy too. So when they were little, we never wanted them to, like, miss out on their birthdays, even though it was so close to Christmas. So we used to buy them pretty much everything they asked for, and a lot of presents. And my entire family did. So we used to, and up to this day, I wrapped all my family's presents. I buy a specific wrapping paper for each one of them. So I have a lot of wrapping paper left over at the end of the season, because, like I said, I buy, like, for example, for my little sister who is autistic, she likes a lot of Disney stuff, so there'll be a lot of Disney stuff. My sister likes Snoopy, so that kind of situation. So we buy different ones, for each one of them. So the past few years, as the kids get older, there's not that much, buy that many presents. Well, my little niece and nephew still want some, but they're still growing too. So there's not that need to, like, buy that many presents. So the presents have not got cheaper. They just got bigger, or smaller, and, like, downsized to just a handful. So it's like, at some points, it's like, it's kind of pointless, not pointless, but kind of wasteful to buy that many wrapping papers, knowing that I don't need them. So last year, or the year before, I can't remember, I had this bright idea to make tags, and I think it was 2 years ago, using the Altenew tag. The first year I did it for one of the Altenew blogs too, is I dipped the tags in watercolor. So I was able to do hand dip tags, and I knew exactly, I did it by color. So one got pink, so it was easy for me to recognize presents. And last year, I actually die cut photos and put it onto the onto the presents. So it was easy for me to recognize on that massive mountain of stuff. So I have my little eyelets, and you're gonna see that kind of brings a little bit of color. And because it's metallic, it's just kind of like, placed nicely with all the colors. So let me just glue it in place. You're gonna see my picture. I haven't glued it yet. Like my pictures, I'm not going to do it yet. I'm just gonna get everything ready before we get to play. So here we go. I'm just gonna, and I don't know where I put my little Altenew glue pen. I've misplaced. I had two. One finished the other day while doing one of the blog posts, and this one here. So I don't know where I placed the new one. So I'm using my cheating one. Let's see. We're just gonna glue this. We're gonna set it aside until it dries, and we're gonna work on the idea. So here we go. Let's close this. Okay, I'm just gonna move them for now. Okay, let them dry. Let them dry. So I'm gonna get my bases again to show you my idea. So let me see. I put them there. So remember, journal is gonna go on this side. I don't need much. That's where my big tag is gonna go. Most likely the journal will go there, or it would just serve as decoration. I don't know yet. But I wanted to play with the number 3 because number 3 is magical when it comes to memory keeping. And I want these tags, literally, I want them to look as if they're hanging from the top of the page. So I want them sort of like this. And there's a lot of white here. So don't be like, oh, I love a lot of white, but we're going to add color. So here we go. This is my idea. One tag here and the other two over here. Now, we need to bring color. So here's where we're going to bring all the new Amy Tangerine stuff. We're going to start by creating some florals. So let me pull my stamps. I have them right here. This one is the Hug Life. And I'm also going to bring a fresh start. So let me move this out of the way. I'm going to show you already that I've created them because I have them here on the side. But I'm going to rework it so you see. So I wanted something that was, even though I have a little white on the background, I still want to keep it white because the photos are in color. So I want the pictures to pop, but I want to give it a nice background. So I am using pretty much the colors from the Altenew Amy Tangerine collaboration. I am using Easy Breeze. I am using Very Cool. I am using, I have it here on the side. Let me just remove Peachy Keen. I am using, this one is very strong. So this is Tickle Pink and Be Grateful. But I'm also adding a little bit of blush and a little bit of rouge. Okay? And you're going to see that they are white, but there's a pop of color on the background. So this is super simple. I did this for the IG Hop, and I love working on this. I'm going to show you. Let me get some paper. I have my paper here. And I've already stamped this. I'm going to stamp the middle flower here. And I'm not going to use my stamp wheel. I'm actually going to do it because I might just do one to show you. I'm just getting everything ready. So here we go. I'm going to start with the black. I'm using black obsidian ink to stamp the outline of my flower. I'm going to do it twice so you see it. Okay, so 1. And 2. And wait till you guys see the new colors of inks that are coming out. Oh my God, they're so pretty. Like very, very pretty. I have my August, well, I have the July release. It's beautiful. And you guys will see some inks there. And then wait till you guys see August. So pretty. Stuff that they're like, Tasnim and Jen are creating. It's beautiful. So I'm also going to do some leaves so you see what they look like. So again, I'm starting with black. You can do the opposite. It's just because I'm not using my stamp wheel for this. it's just easy for me to go with black. But the black obsidian ink is so dark, so pigmented, that kind of forgiving for what I'm going to do. So let's do 3 leaves. Okay, and I'm going to clean my little stamp here. Let's cover this up. Here we go. So like I said, I want to bring color to this, but I don't want to like sit down and color. I wish there was a stencil too for this. Hint, glue, you know, because it would be easier for me to color. Remember, when I'm doing memory keeping, I'm not a card maker full time. I do memory keeping most of the time. I need at least 3 to 4 flowers at once to create like a layout. So for me, it's easier to actually have something like I can use kind of in a mass production system when it comes to coloring. So a stencil, when I see stencils, like I'm so happy about it. So let's bring some color. So let's get some inks. And I am using from the Fresh Start. I'm gonna get it closer. There's this little dashes. Let me put it on white background. See those little dashes right there? I'm gonna use that to help me color. So let's start with the leaves. So I am using Easy Breezy and Very Cool. So here we go. Very Cool. Stamp. Stamp. There we go. I'm not even gonna clean my stamp. I'm gonna close my inks and put them away. I'm gonna go with Easy Breezy. Gonna go underneath a little bit, overlap it closer to the bottom edge of the leaf, and there you go. So I have my leaves ready. Yeah, this is Amy Tangerine said. This is called a Fresh Start. It's one of the 3 stamp sets that are available right now. Now, what am I putting it away? I still need it. Sorry, it was the ink that I'm supposed to put away. So let me see. Let me put it away. So for this, I'm going to use 3 different colors. I'm going to use some blush. I'm going to use some peachy keen. I'm going to show you one with grape and a little bit with, actually, let's go with Tickle Pink and Rouge. So these are from the Atomic release, and this one is from the Amy Tangerine release. Okay, so let's start with blush. So you guys can see it. So getting the ink, and I'm going to go right on the center. Right on the center. Okay, don't put it away yet. Let's go with Peachy Keen. Little bit. I'm going to move a little bit higher, and I'm not pressing the whole thing, just a partial press. Okay, so just a hint of the peach is going to show. Do the same over here. So you're going to see a little bit here. Okay, put that away. I'm not even cleaning my stamp. Let's go with Rouge. The partial print, and you can see that slowly I'm moving like outside of the petal. Okay, that's all I need from Rouge. Move the stuff out of the way so it's nice and clean, my table. If you guys see it right now, you'll be like, no, you're not clean. And then a little bit of this color, this is Tickle Me Pink. It's a beautiful pink, but it's very strong, so just lightly, just to give it some of the pink tones behind it. And the beauty of this is because you have like the design of the stamp has all those little lines, it makes it look like it's the word pistils of the flowers. So there you go. That's all the color I'm going to need for my flowers. So that brings it like, there's a lot of white, but there's pops of color that is enough for what I'm going to create. So again, now I can clean out my stamp. Let's put it away. Let's do some quick die cutting. And then we go on to the next step. It's all about little steps. Like, you know, to put a memory keeping layout, it's all about creating the parts and then putting it together. So I'm gonna get here. Let me see my scissors. Hi, you guys. I'm die cutting. Like I said, I tend to not like to do this on when I go live, but today I think you just need to see it. There's some things that you need to see, some things that I just like. I don't think you want to see me cut like 20 of things, 20 flowers of the same thing on a video. So, like I said, today is just one of those special days. For my die, see if I can cut them both at once. There we go. So here we go. How's it Thursday? I know summer's here. Like I said, I'm hoping like it's gonna be Canada Day, like Independence Day for Canada, or the day Canada was, I'm not gonna say built because it's not built, but it was, the provinces got together. Is July 1st, which is this Saturday, and we're actually taking my kids. We are going because I was telling my husband, I said, oh my God, the circus is gonna be in town, and I must sound like my kids are like tiny, but they're not. But when they were little, we used to take them all the time. Like, it's just something we did. And my husband said, "Oh, I don't think." I said, "Like I didn't ask you. I didn't say, do you want to come?" I said, "The circus is here," meaning I already bought the tickets, even for my daughter's boyfriend. So we are going. So something to do. Everything is closed in here in Canada. It happens to be on Saturday, which is great for some people and not great for other people. If you work, like let's say for the government here, you will have Saturday off and also Monday or Friday, depending on what your business, decided to do. If you work just like on places that are open Monday to like the whole year, like my daughter, then she has only the Saturday off. My husband works for Fed, like he works for an investment company, so he actually has Friday, Monday, and Tuesday off because his company just gave him an extra day off. So, you know, long weekend here. So, like I said, it was not a choice of like, do you want to come? It's like, oh, the circus is in town, and it was already kind of written that we are going. And my husband goes, "Yeah, are we taking the boyfriend?" I'm like, well, when you have kids that are a certain age, they like kind of become your plus one automatically. It's not like you ask, would he want to come? It's just like kind of it's kind of a given. So I said, well, do you want me to ask her? And then she's gonna tell us, if he doesn't go, I don't go, or like give me attitude. So I said, then let's just buy him a ticket. It's not going to like break us. So we'll be at the circus this Saturday, you know. And hopefully it won't rain or be so hot that I'm gonna cook in there and regret like having bought like those 5 tickets. So but something to do. Otherwise, my pretty much my sister, my mom, my niece and nephew, they just left to back home yesterday to visit for my sister is there for the next week and a half, and my mom is there for pretty much a month, just visiting my family. So I'm by myself. It's not even that I can tell my sister, let's go for barbecue or something like that. I'm by myself. So I have to invent things to do with my family this long weekend. So there we go. Let's see. We are like, slowly building this. So I have my florals. Start putting this together. So let me just, my little container where all my flowers are here. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. I'm going to move this a little bit to the side so you guys can see everything. So my idea is, like I said, I want this literally exactly like this. So I am going to adhere them. Let me just, where did I put my tape? Over here. Right here. So I'm just gonna add tape right to the center of my picture. And I'm gonna remove this. Make sure that the little divot fits right there. Okay, and you see, it just glued on the center, so I'm able to probably pop things underneath the picture. Again, the other one too. And I'm gonna put it right here. There we go. And I want it to be such like that. I am gonna add string and hang them. That's the whole point of this. And then I want to add the florals. So my idea is I want to actually kind of tack some florals in between here. So let's start with something a little bit on the pinkish side. And that's what that's what I didn't glue the picture all the way through, just sticking out in the center, so I'm able to tuck some underneath. And I like this purple, so now I might have to move this a bit to the right, to the left, sorry. And I think I might overlap this a bit, so I don't want to cut the flowers. I want them to be, so I like that. Let's see a bit more pink here. I'm gonna have to flip this one this way, much better. Then a little pop of like a strong color behind it, just like that, and a small leaf. So let's see. I have one of my leaves, and I don't want to lose the design of the tag completely. So let's see. I like that there. So we're gonna do the same here. Maybe not that much here. We're just gonna, I think I want to leave it like that. I might add just a small little leaf over here. Just move this one higher a little bit more. I like that better. Pull it out a bit. I just don't want to lose the little. There you go. So that's what this is gonna look like. For now, we're gonna just leave it there, and we're gonna play with this side. We might add more, don't worry. But remember, we still have to add string and ties, so there's still more to it. So I'm gonna move it to the side. Now here is like where my journaling or my title is gonna go. So I know that besides flowers, I need to bring color. So here's where we're gonna use our stencil. Okay, so let me pull this out. I am going to use a little pencil. Wait, I have it right here. I'm gonna mark where this is gonna go. So I don't know if I want to add, you know what? Instead of adding to the back, I'm actually going to add the stencil to my tag. So let me get my stamp wheel, because it makes it so much easier to, add my stuff here. So I'm going to put my tag right there. Let's go with the stencil. So we're going to start with, I'm going to move it to the right. This is the first one. So I want a partial impression. I don't want a whole impression. So I just want a piece of it. I'm gonna move it right here. Right there. So press. And I want to keep within the same colors that I used before. So let me start with something that it's going to give me some of that pink. So I'm going to go with blush. I'm going to go super light. And the reason that I'm going to go light with this side of things is because I'm going to add writing on top of it. So I don't want color, like if I were to use the purple or tickle pink, when I add, like when I write on it, or even if I type it, it might get lost. So I'm going to go super soft with this side. So let me just get the brush that goes with this. Have it here. We go with blush. And you want to get this stencil. Whether you're a card maker, you're a scrapbooker, you're a memory keeper, you're a planner, this stencil is amazing. Like amazing. It's so forgiving. It's so good. And it comes with a mask. It's so good. And it's wonky, so like, it's not perfect. And I'm gonna see, like, I'm not going for perfection. Remember, a lot of this that I'm adding right now, it is gonna get covered because I need to add, some writing. So the next color that I'm gonna go with, like this, let's see right there. I'm gonna go with actually peachy keen. So let me get my peachy keen thing, and I'm using my mini brushes for this. So remember, kind of the pink corally. So I'm gonna go into what will be the orange line of my rainbow, and I'm gonna just have like a nice mix of the colors. Staying like super, I'm staying very light with the colors, and I give you my reasoning why. But like I said, if you can, you really want to get this stencil. I'm reading your comments. Somebody wants you alcohol markers. The Altenew markers, those are amazing. We should do something with that. But not coloring, because that will take me forever to color in the live session. Especially knowing that I will need maybe like 3 or 4 flowers. I will need like 4 hours to do that. But we can do something, probably create a background with some alcohol inks. I can do that. So there we go. I'll clean my stencils after. So we have, I'm going to skip the yellow. I'm going to go into the green. So I'm going to go with very cool. Get my little tealish brush. There we go. So I love the stamp wheel for this. It's just I don't have to. Just like, you know, like you're used to pressing on this, but usually just it does it by itself. The sticky base of this is just holds it in place. Takes a little bit, like, you know, you don't need your satin tape or anything to hold it. You just have to worry about other things. In my case, not making a mess out of everything else. So here we go. And I want to finish with something a little bit on the purple side. I don't know if I brought some purple. I might have. If not, I'm going to have to. Actually, I see what I'm going to finish with. There we go. Oh, I love the color combo. Okay. Let's see. Let's go with Easy Breezy for like that pop of blue. Because I'm looking at Ride the Wave, which is the blue is a little bit on the deeper side. This is just very thick. So we're going to skip this and instead we're going to stamp it. Yeah. Because I think it's a little bit too thick for what I want. So instead I'm going to get this through the rainbow stamp set. There we go. Okay, these have to be clean, so I'm going to set them aside so I know. And it's the larger one here, and it's like a lot of dots. I'm just going to set it here. I'm going to use my stamp wheel, even though I said I'm not going to. I am going to. There we go. Then my base, which is here, a little flipping. There we go. And we're going to go with Easy Breezy. And you're going to see that my stamp is, this one being very well loved. I've used them a lot actually this month. Perfect. So there's my rainbow right there. Put the stuff away. Go to cleanliness is next to godliness. Let's put the stuff away. Okay. Perfect. So let's move my stamp wheel out of the way and let's start building this. Let's see. Okay. Out of the way, I'm gonna bring my bases. Make sure that it's centering. You can see it. See a little bit of color, color. Okay. So we have, and then I'm creating kind of a line here. So you see how I have the flowers? Then I know that I need to add a flower here. Okay, so I'm going to move this a little bit higher. There we go. And I put the flowers away when I'm going to need them. Let me find one here. I think I just want one to kind of cover it. Think of it as camouflage. That's the best way to put it. I like this kind of purple one here because I don't have any purple there. I have pink, so I'm not going to bring pink. I'm going to bring this purple. I think I'm a jingy here. I'm going to put it right there. And let's get an extra leaf because we need a little bit extra leaves here. Just right there, kind of to cover. It's not that I want to hide the edge, but I want to give the impression that the rainbow went all the way to the end of the to the end of the tag. So I'm just gonna camouflage. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so this is still not done, but you see how I'm going? Like there's already color on the background. Like there's no color on the background, there's the colors coming out, but I'm gonna add a little bit of color to the background. So we're gonna reach for the third stamp set. Like I said, today we're gonna take a look of all the entire collection from Amy Tangerine. We're gonna use all of it again. So I like this kind of splatters here. So we're gonna go with this. Let me go here. Okay, so we're gonna do something right now. Little dots of glue. Okay, because we don't want anything to move. So dots of glue, dots of glue, dots of glue in the back. There, out of the way. Oh, and I added it to my paper too. That's okay. We'll camouflage that after. Okay, here, dots of glue, dots of glue. And this one here, a little dot of glue here. There we go. Here, same thing, lift it up. Little dot of glue. I'm not gonna add foam adhesive because I don't want it to add that much dimension on this page. Because once they're adding the string, that's gonna add a little bit of dimension, just because the number of strings that I'm gonna add, not that many, but it adds height. So one thing that I should have done, I'm gonna mark where it's gonna sit. So here, here, see little dots, it just marks the spot. Okay, so I have kind of a guide. This one's gonna go there. So again, little lines to help me see. I just like doing this all the time. Just gives you a visual. Okay. There we go. So we are gonna get this. Let's get some color on this. So again, we're thinking rainbow. Let's use the colors that we use here for our background. So let's start with a little bit of very cool. We're not gonna fill the page with it either. It's gonna be, mindful of where we put it. Remember, it's gonna sit here. So you want a little bit to pick here. Think triangle. So one here, there has to be another one here, and probably a pop over here. So we're gonna put the next one somewhere here. Okay. And then the other one is gonna go somewhere around here. Okay. 3. Let's move this out of the way. Let's get some peachy keen. Let's clean up my stamp set. Some peachy keen. See a line here. So partial. Remember, triangle. So here, let's go down here. Let's want a partial. And let's go triangle up here. Okay, let's go for something that gives a little bit of pink. So I put it away, some blush. Clean up my brush, my stamp again. Okay, so visual triangle here. 1, because it's not perfect. There we go. 1. So then the next one will be over here. Perfect. And now the other one will be up here somewhere. There we go. So you see how it kind of flows? There's like a flow to this. I know that there's something that has to go down here. So we're going to clean this up. And we're going to go with easy breezy. But we're going to be ever so careful when we add it. Because remember, it's a little bit, stronger than the other ones, but I have it on the rainbow, so I need to bring it onto the page. So I'm just going to use one of them. Okay, one. So 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to put either here and then a pop of color somewhere in between here. So there we go. See how I have like a little zigzag? I have little triangles of color. I'm not gonna put it away because then I know I need it. So let's just see what it looks like. Here's where you see everything. I like this one. Move it down a little bit more. There we go. I have to move this one a bit here. So I'm gonna do a partial, very light application. So let's do a second impression. One. There we go. Let's do it again. Second impression. There we go. Let's clean up. Set it there. See? I like that. Let's make sure the pink shows up. Perfect. You see? A little bit of color, not a lot. We're not filling up the page with it either. We're just enough to make a pop. And then the other one, we have the little lines there telling us where we have everything. See? A little bit of color, not a lot. Put this underneath. Again, find the little spots where you marked it with your pencil. See? Just a little bit. Not that much. If you want more, we can add a few more, but I think I'm going. Don't worry, we still have stuff to do. So, string. And I just have plain white, I don't know if it's twine, it's just string. Okay, so pray for me right now. And I mean it in a nice way. Literally, I want it to be like this. Okay. This one is, I don't know if I want to do a knot here. So we're going to just do that. Let me get my friend. There's something that is going to, I think I made it too long. So I'm going to just pull a bit more. Let's see. All I need is this much. I'm just threading the twine. I don't know if you call it twine or string. It's just white, and it's one of my favorite things. I found it on Amazon, and I bought an entire spool because I love the thickness. I love all about this string twine. I'm just going to make sure that it's straight. So I'm going to make sure there. Okay, a little dot of glue. That's what we're going to keep us together here. Ish, straight-ish. There we go. Here. Mini stapler. Holding it the wrong way. You would think that I considered, like, thought about this ahead of time, but of course not. It's me, guys. There you go. Of course, I staple them both sides because that's how smart I am. There we go. Crooked, but it will do. Okay, so love that. Okay, now same thing. Dot of glue behind these ones. So to keep them in place, dot of glue. This one we're going to, even though it's going to be a little bit, we're just going to kind of add a bit of glue behind it. Make sure that nothing is, moved here. Okay, here we're going to do a little bit different because I do want both here. Okay, so we're going to have to kind of fake it. So we're going to do a double thing. So we're going to do this. So just You're gonna see me use a lot of string right now. So I'm just threading some, so we're gonna make it look as if it's hanging. From here, I'm just looking at that. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna leave that there. And we're gonna take other ones to make bows. And I'm hoping I have enough. And I'm not the greatest at making bows, just in case you guys are gonna tell me it doesn't look that great. So I'm gonna do, and you're gonna see me going into OCD perfection in the next 2 seconds. Okay, the string that's gonna fake it up here. Okay, should be, you know what? Let's put it here like this. Let's do the bow first. Like I said, I'm praying that they come out other ones. There we go. Okay, it worked on the first try. You can hear the happiness in my voice. It just went up like 10 octaves. Not really, but like I said, OCD is gonna start kicking in the next 2 minutes. Leave it there because it's gonna drive me insane. I know you guys are laughing. I know. Trust me, my husband, like, don't worry. But again, I'm praying already, going, please work, because OCD is gonna kick in as soon as I turn this and I try to make the bow, and I'm gonna be like, there's some things that like you're particular or peculiar about it, and for me, it has to be bows. Like, I don't know, like they have to be perfect. They have to be like straight. I don't know. Oh gosh, you see, we're starting. My son was here. I'd be like, put your finger there and hold it until I create it, like the curl. Oh! See, I told you. Little mouse came out. Yeah, but it worked. Now this one is giving me like like I don't like it. So of course, I said OCD is gonna kick in, and it's kicking in right now. In full gear. So full blown OCD right now. Come on, come on. Work, 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 work. Ah, see? Please don't judge. Please don't judge because I'm judging myself. Don't worry. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Not the greatest, but better than the one before. Okay, so let's cut the excess. Oh, don't go and destroy it, Nathalie. Now. Here. Move it. Move it a bit. Add the excess string. Here, I'm just cutting the excess. Okay, now I need to, like, fake it as if it's hanging, which I'm not going to be. See, let's try it. We might have to fake it until we make it on these guys. So let's see. Because if I do this, then it cuts. Oh no. So let's camouflage stuff. I'm good at those things. So I'm taking the string. I'm bringing the glue. We are gonna lift up this. We're gonna add glue here. Of course, not there. And I just clean the glue on my pants. Great move, Nathalie. And we're gonna hold it in place right there. Hope that it dries, so that we're gonna fake it until we make it. There we go. Next one, same thing. Crease the string. Lift the tag. If you guys know how to do the tag and do the bow at the same time, please DM me and tell me how you do it, because my brain right now is probably my brain. I'm tired. Maybe it's just not computing this properly. So there we go. And I'll let it dry. I'm gonna clean up until then. So here we go. Oh, but I like this. See, this looks like it's gonna be hanging. So we're gonna just stretch it here. I'm gonna need glue now. Just a drop of glue to make sure that my string doesn't move. Be nice if it's straight, but it doesn't bug me that much. I'm letting it go. Otherwise, guys, we'll be here for hours until I bring like, rulers and T-rulers and everything straight. So press it there. Next one. There we go. So we're gonna let it dry for a little bit there, and then we're gonna work in the title until then. So here we go. See? So cute. Okay, for my title, I am using, where did I put that? Oh, here it is. Things are just falling everywhere. This is the Hello. I said this is the mini sentiment stamp set and the die. So I have it. Let me move stuff out of the way. It's messy. I cut it one time out of white cardstock, and I have another one out of the metallic brush gold. So I think I was thinking that I'd probably put it here in between the flowers, but I think it covers a lot. I don't like it there. I want it over here. So I think I just want it. See, that's what I said. Maybe my lines of journal are going to be down here, and I'm just going to put this one here. I like it better there. Yeah, so see how my design, whenever you work, when you see people doing live sessions, and I'm sure that it's not only me, it's like we come with a plan, but halfway through, sometimes we have to pivot because what we think, if we were to create an idea from start to finish and as we plan it come together, then everything that we do, it'd be a little bit different. So whenever I have a live, I have an idea, and then I know that I'm praying. I try to get all the components ready and making sure that it works. But see, like here, I was thinking put it here. It doesn't work. Put it down here. It doesn't. I want it to be part of the tag. Down here, it doesn't work. I think my lines of journal are gonna work better here. So my tag works better here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue it there. And then I'm gonna cut the excess, obviously. There we go. So that's what just a little dot of glue is all you need until you have everything is set in place. Okay, be always moving around here a little bit too much. Press, 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 press. And my fingers are very inky right now, so there we go. And here I don't just need to cut what you guys don't see. There we go. Clean, 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 clean. Stuff out of the way. This is dry. Let's clean it up. Don't move. Clean it up. So there you go. You see this bow is driving me insane. I like that. I think my lines of journal will be down here. I think I need to add a few more flowers. It needs a little bit more pop of black. So let's get those flowers back into the story. I think you need something in between here, kind of connecting them both. So lift this up, lift the picture a bit. Here. Yeah, kind of like in the background kind of situation here. Let me see. Right there. And just a little tiny leaf. I like that much better. Lines of journal are going to sit right here. Just by looking at it, the lines of journal need to be down here. It needs a little bit of ink in here, just so that the edge of this tag kind of pops a little bit. So remember how I said don't put it away? We're going to go with blush that we have right there. Just a partial impression. We're going to pray to the gods that I'll destroy everything else while I do that. So we're going to lift it lightly here. Perfect. See, just a little bit to make this pop, the corner there. So we're going to look, it needs something here. So let's go with a little bit of this color. Again, I'm using blush for this. Okay, perfect. Let me see where else I need color. This is all, this one here, this side, I don't have to worry about. Lines of General are going to take care of it. What I am going to add is maybe a sentiment. I think it needs one here. So, and down here, I need a little bit of pink down here. Again, a partial application. Lift it up. There you go. Okay, so we have it. I don't need this. Let's put it away. Let's see what sentiment do we need, because we're gonna take one from one of these stamp sets. I like this Shine Bright. I don't know if I have one stamp because I usually save anything here. No. Let's see how big the Shine Bright will be. It's too big. The How the Life one. Yeah, the How the Life one is gonna do. So let me get some obsidian ink, and we're almost finished. You see? I'm gonna get this here. We're gonna stamp it onto cardstock. Let's clean this up. We're almost finished, guys. I'm just gonna have to die. You know what? I'm gonna say die cut it, but there's a die cut. There's a die that matches this, but I don't want to bring the machine anymore. So I'm just going to fussy cut it. It makes it easier and faster for me. Oh, the ice cream ends here. Ice cream. Really, it's so dark right now here because it's kind of hazy. There we go. So this is going to be right here. Or, let me see. I think it's right here. That's it. And there you go. So let's clean up my table so you guys can see it. And all I used today is the Amy Tangerine release and the die and the tags. So simple. You can use this into, use the idea for one of your cards. It will work perfect. So I know you. Did you guys hear the ice cream truck? We told my kids when they were little, whenever the truck came, that the ice cream was finished. So they were just signaling that, there's no more ice cream, so not to come out. That tells you how mean of parents we were. So I'm going to flip the camera to see you before we say our goodbyes. Let's see, is this me? There you go. There you go. So thank you so much for joining me. Remember, like I said, somebody will win a $15 gift certificate to the shop. Thank you so much. Have fun at the circus. I'm hoping there's air conditioning in there. Otherwise, we're going to melt like the ice cream. But yes, thank you so much for joining us. Keep safe. We'll see you. I'll see you back in a month. So bye, guys. Take care. Let me see. I'm trying to find the button, as always. So let's see.